Welcome back, everyone, to the J&J Sports Talk Podcast. I'm Jalen. This is my boy John, and we like to talk about sports. And Ep.5, let's talk about that.
Let's jump in.
Crazy week one for the NFL. Insane week one. Lots of crazy things happening.
It was fun to watch for sure.
What was your favorite game out of that week one? There's quite a lot of good games.
My favorite game. I got the Bengals and the Steelers.
Yeah, the Bengals
That was
and Steelers.
a fun one.
It was a very good game. I mean, it was a very strange game. Joe Burrow with 4 interceptions. That was very strange of him. Was not expecting that. Steelers defense is looking really good. T.J. Watt, I think, did get hurt.
Yeah,
but I don't think it was serious injury. Najee Harris, I think he got hurt, but it wasn't serious.
he said he's going to play next week.
Yeah, but, I mean, Joe Burrow looked like he was going to come back and win against these Steelers. 4 seconds left in the fourth, and they're at the 6. And Joe Burrow, he makes that connection with Jamar Chase. And they scored the game-tying touchdown, so all they need is a PAT. They got it in the bag. Nope. Fitzpatrick, I think. Was it Fitzpatrick?
Micah, I think so.
Micah Fitzpatrick had other plans in mind, blocked the PAT, and sent them into overtime. And then in overtime, Bengals got the ball back, I believe. I don't think they won the coin toss, they may have. And then they got up to, I think they got the ball back because after the first team has possession, then any score counts. So they went for a field goal. And McPherson, for the Bengals, he missed the field goal. And it was very strange. And so the Steelers ended up beating them in overtime. It was a very wild game.
Very wild game, very wild week. The Broncos, they could have had it. I feel like they made a bad decision kicking that ball. They probably could have had it probably could have got it 4th down conversion with the talent they have on offense, and they also had trouble getting the ball in the end zone. Getting the ball in the end zone when they're in the red zone. I think they had 2 fumbles on the goal line.
Goal line, actually, yeah.
That really hurt them right there. But I don't think that game means anything.
You don't think it defines the rest of their season?
No, I think it was like not due to Russell Wilson and all that. They just played extra hard because it was against their former teammate, and I just feel like that the Broncos are still going to be a scary team.
Yeah, I think it was awful decision making by the Broncos coach.
I think he said he regretted it.
Yeah, I think he reportedly said he regretted going for that field goal.
I mean, what was it, 64 yards?
Yeah, I believe it was 64 yards. It would have tied for the second longest or something like that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the Broncos still had all 3 timeouts, and they had a minute left. And then they ran down 30 seconds on the clock just for him to call a timeout after running down 30 seconds when he could have called a timeout and saved those 30 seconds. I don't know if you saw Peyton Manning's reaction to it live when they do that thing.
I think he wasn't he like trying to call a timeout
he was trying
for
to
him?
call a timeout.
Nice try, Peyton.
I mean, smart idea, Peyton. Obviously,
He probably would have done that.
I guess the Broncos coach was trying to run down time as if
to give less time for the Seahawks.
Yeah, but I mean, you could have spent that time and tried to score or at least get closer.
Is he a rookie? I think he's a rookie coach. First year with the Broncos.
I think he's new because I have not seen him before. But it was just awful decision making. I mean, I bet he regrets it, and all you can do is just learn and move on.
I also liked that Falcons and Saints game. That was a fun. I thought I'd hoped for the Falcons for this long, and then second half came and those went away.
I mean, the Falcons were looking pretty good in the first
Marcus
half.
Mariota.
They were they weren't looking great, but they were looking pretty good. They were looking all right. I mean, they could get first downs.
Michael Thomas went ham that last few drives.
Yeah, I mean, the Falcons defense especially was looking a little bit better than usual. They've been known for not having the best, and they were looking a bit better than usual. Obviously, A.J. Terrell having a tough time when you're trying to guard someone like Michael Thomas.
What was he, like 6'3", 6'4"?
Yeah,
he's tall.
One of the most elite wide receivers.
When he's healthy.
It's hard to guard them. Just
Patterson had a good game. 22 carries for 120 yards and a touchdown. Yeah. That's good.
Cordell Patterson had a nice game. Okay. I mean, they had to run it with him some because Mariota, it's just hard to make that connection. And
Julio Jones had a really good game. I like how they used him. Ran the ball a couple times with him. Threw it a couple times. If he can stay healthy, I'm sure Tom Brady knows how to use him. They'll use him correctly. And I know I picked Christian McCaffrey for my comeback player of the year, which he balled out his first game. But Julio has a chance to be a comeback player of the year sleeper. Jalen didn't tell me who his pick was after week 1 or who his sleeper pick is. By the way, don't tell him, but I beat him in fantasy football and he is not happy. First week. Hey, ask him about week 1 in our fantasy football league. What happened?
So week 1 in our fantasy football league,
The one where me and you played.
Didn't go well for me. Me and John, we both played each other in week 1 in one of the leagues, and he beat me. He beat me. At first, it looked like he was gonna blow me out. Like, it was terrible, but he beat me
by like 70 points for a little while, wasn't he?
Yeah, you were beating me by like 70 points, but you beat me by just like about, I don't know, like 20 something points. But the end result, John came out with the dub in week 1 with 157. With 157 points, and I had 133.28 points.
Dude, just imagine if you didn't have Justin Jefferson, because he got you like 40 points.
Mm-hmm. No, he got me 20, like 19.7. But listen to this.
Next week.
Oh, yeah.
Hit
right.
Back. He got you
39.4.
39.4.
All right, so listen to this. I had Josh Allen, Nick Chubb, Devin Singletary, Justin Jefferson, Chris Godwin, Dawson Knox, Juju Smith-Schuster, the Buccaneers defense, and McPherson. McPherson.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce
McPherson.
I think it's McPherson. I always thought there was an F, but yeah, and I just ended up losing to...
This man had DK Metcalf on his bench.
Yeah.
I think, what did Chris Godwin get you, like 9 points maybe? 6 points?
6.5, yeah. I expected more, but Tom Brady looked a little rusty out there. You know, his first week, so what can you do? But you had Patrick Mahomes, who had a fantastic game. 5
and
passing
Jonathan Taylor,
touchdowns.
I think.
Yeah, and Jonathan Taylor. But Patrick Mahomes had the most passing touchdowns for week 1. Because, the Cardinals were he was playing against a college team right there. It was just whooping them.
I talked about... If you want to put your comeback player of the year sleeper in, I know you picked, who'd you pick?
Sleeper?
No, like your regular comeback player of the year.
Matt Ryan. But I do want to finish talking about the Falcons Saints game. Okay. Because, the Falcons were looking decent the first half, and then heading into the fourth quarter, the Falcons...
What do you know?
Heading into the fourth quarter, the Falcons were leading 23-10. And Jameis Winston just sharpened up and took the Saints for that comeback. He was throwing crazy to Chris Olave, Michael Thomas, and Jarvis Landry. And he was just making connections. They
could be pretty good this year.
They could be decent.
With that offense. Because they got Alvin Kamara, too.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara. And it was just a nice comeback led by Jameis Winston. And he could even be a contender for comeback player of the year if he has a good
Michael Thomas?
Michael Thomas, Jameis Winston, they could all get it.
You want to move on to the next one?
Julio Jones, too. Speaking of Julio Jones, there's a big chance he could now that he has Tom Brady.
Well, when you were out there, that's what I was talking about. Because I was like, they ran it with him a couple times. They threw it a couple times. I don't think he had an amazing game, but did the Falcons ever run the ball with him like that?
He had more than 60 yards at least. But
so I think Tom Brady probably knows, hey, we need to do different things besides just try to throw it to him in the end zone. Mm-hmm. So, but if he can, like I said, if he can stay healthy, and he's got Tom Brady, he's got the best quarterback in the league. Mm-hmm. I know people might argue that, but he's got how many rings?
Tom Brady.
He made the Buccaneers that were not a good team into a good team.
Yeah.
Just by going to the team. They had pretty good team. That Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and stuff like that. And
Didn't they have DeForest Buckner too at one point?
I think they did before he went to the Colts. Or maybe he played for the 49ers, maybe. I think he played for the 49ers for a little bit too. But real quick, what about your comeback player of the year, sleeper? Real quick.
So my comeback player of the year, sleeper.
Just off the top of the head, if you can, after week one.
I had an actual person in my head that's like, oh, this person actually could. And I can't recall who it is, and I'm just trying to think of everybody there is.
Marcus Mariota?
No, not Marcus Mariota, but...
Can you think of the team?
No. I mean, Lamar Jackson could win it too. He may win it. There's a big chance he could win it just because he's such a good quarterback. The NFL loves him. And he didn't play much last season. I think T. Huntley was in his place.
Tyler Huntley?
Yeah, Tyler Huntley was in his place. But, yeah, for sleeper pick, I'd probably have to go with... I had someone in mind.
If it comes to it, we can come back to it.
Yeah.
Well,
I think I forgot.
I hope all years like week one, dude. I hope it's just a year of just like overtime games and crazy block punts, field goals. But I'm kind of sad the Colts couldn't get it done against the Texans. I know. They made a little comeback. Matt Ryan looked sharp.
Yeah,
Jonathan Taylor still ran all over them. Their secondary defense couldn't figure it out until about the fourth quarter. But they got a good defense, so I don't know why they play that.
I mean, they nearly came back, and then I believe Rodrigo Blankenship missed the game-winning
So
kick.
they cut him.
Earlier today it was reported that they cut him. And
Hot Rod, we're going to miss you, man.
Yeah.
But
I mean, UGA legend. I loved him at UGA. You know, I don't know if you can tell, Georgia fans, but yeah, I mean, it's tough to see. And
Georgia fan.
Yeah, Georgia
Where'd the fans
fan.
come from? Last I recall, I'm not a Georgia fan. I cheer for you. I cheer for you.
When's the last time Notre Dame won a national championship?
We're not doing this. Okay.
But Colts defense is good. Hopefully they can, just figure out how to work together and.
Can we go back to the scores real quick?
Problem. Scores
on ESPN.
On ESPN, yes.
We'll just. All right. What's the next?
Justin Fields led the Chicago Bears victory over the 49ers in the rain. It was rough weather out there, but it looked fun. You could just slide. I don't know if you saw the video and picture of
them sliding.
Justin Fields sliding and then getting up and celebrating.
People may say that the weather had something to do with it, but it's just rain. Like, I'm sure they played in the rain before. Like, give props to the Bears. They scored 12
and it
points
affects
in the fourth
both
quarter.
teams. It's not like your team. I mean, the only team I could think of that may have advantage in that would be the Seahawks because they're used to playing in the rain. But I mean, Trey Lance wasn't looking awful. He wasn't looking bad, but
pick.
He
was
did
13
have
for
one
28.
interception. He was 13 for 28. Had 164 yards. I mean, he could have done better. Would you start him over Jimmy G at least for a few more games to see who's really good?
Yeah, I would give him probably till about week 4, week 5, and if he's not winning games, then you got to give Jimmy G the spot. Jimmy G did good last year. Eagles barely held on against the Lions.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, they got DeAndre Swift, ran for 144, but Jalen Hurts threw the ball like crazy.
He did pretty good. I mean, he was only 15 for 32, I believe. 18 for 32, but he had 243 yards. He didn't have a passing touchdown, so...
No pick, no passing touchdown. I think he had a rushing touchdown, maybe. But
he did have a rushing touchdown.
A.J. Brown, 10 catches for 156.
Yeah, A.J. Brown is showing Tennessee, like, you should have used me right, you should have kept me, because now not only do y'all not have Julio Jones or me, but I'm going crazy when people are actually throwing the ball to me, and good for him.
10 catches. See, when he throw the ball, I think he was like, he was targeted maybe like 12 times. And so he had a good catch percentage.
But DeAndre Swift for the Lions, he definitely got some people's sleeper fantasy points up. I mean, he had 144 yards, was 15 carries, one touchdown. But the Dolphins...
Only 15 yards, though, or 15 carries.
Yeah. But the Dolphins over the Patriots, though.
I saw that coming. Maybe not that bad, but I think the Dolphins are going to be sneaky good this year.
Yeah, but in our podcast where we were going over our Week 1 predictions,
I said the Patriots.
You were hyping up the Dolphins and you went Patriots. Caught me off guard, but I went with the Dolphins and I made a very bad mistake. So on the Bleacher Report perfect pick where you try to pick what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
Blah blah whatever. I ended up putting Patriots on that instead of Dolphins. Remember, my prediction was Dolphins, but I'm like, well, I can get one of these right at least, and I would have had a perfect pick. I got all of them right except for that one.
Ravens, Jets.
Lamar Jackson just led the victory over the Jets with three passing touchdowns. That's good.
That was pretty easy one to pick there.
Mm-hmm. Commanders, Carson Wentz led that victory over the Jaguars. He had 4 touchdowns.
But he threw the ball 41 times.
Yeah. He threw it quite a lot. I'm surprised it wasn't picked at all.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It's week 1.
Yeah, it's week 1. Browns got that victory over Baker Mayfield. I mean, it was just a big, screw you.
Yep. Baker didn't have a bad game.
Yep, he had 1 passing touchdown, 25 yards. It was 16 for 37, did throw the ball quite a bit.
Nick Chubb carried that
Chubb
Browns
with
team.
141 yards with 22 carries. Definitely got my fantasy points up. But yeah.
And they won with Jacoby Brissett as their quarterback, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't he their quarterback?
Yeah. Jacoby Brissett, yeah, I think so. And
for now.
Anderson, wide receiver for the Cardinals, he had 5 catches for 102 yards. That's crazy.
That's good. The average per catch is probably up there.
Matt Ryan, I mean, he was
32 for 50.
32 for 50. I think he had second most yards out of the quarterbacks for week 1. I mean, he had crazy yards. They just couldn't score too good. Jonathan Taylor, 151 yards, 1 touchdown. He did pretty good.
Pittman,
121 yards, 1 touchdown.
Catches.
It was quite funny seeing Matt Ryan. Be surprised that his O-line was actually protecting him.
He's like, wait, I got to scramble. Oh wait, no, I don't.
It was quite funny. I mean, he's not used to having a good O-line protecting him.
He just got to get used to it. He'll get used to it and get more comfortable.
Giants beat the Titans.
Thank you, Giants.
By 1
Thank you, Giants.
point. That was crazy.
Barkley went nuts. Showed Derrick Henry what was up. I think Derrick Henry had like 60-something yards, and then Barkley had 164 and 18 carries.
Yeah. Justin Jefferson went crazy, though. 184 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 9 receptions. I believe he had more yards than all of the Green Bay wide receivers combined that day.
He showed me a picture.
So did Devontae Adams. He had more.
Vikings Packers was expected.
The Packers were looking very rough. I'm sure they can straighten it out. I mean, Packers had a terrible opening game last season and then went on to go
they always have
7 streak.
Awful games first week.
Yeah, and I mean this one was expected to be awful. I mean, even week 2 might be awful because he's just trying to get a feel of these younger wide receivers. Somebody's got to step up and catch the ball. But Mahomes went crazy with those 5 touchdowns. We already talked about that. Chargers beat the Raiders 24-19.
That was convincing.
Yeah, Chargers got that revenge for the game that made them miss the playoffs. Herbert had 3 passing touchdowns. Devontae Adams had 141 yards with 10 receptions, 1 touchdown. He was carrying.
What do you think about how do you think the Cowboys are going to do this year? They looked pretty bad. They lost Dak Prescott for like 6 to 9 weeks. Elliott didn't do good.
Elliott didn't do great. He may have to step up now that Dak, isn't
Andy
there.
Dalton, I think, is their backup, right?
No, Andy Dalton's on the Saints, I believe.
Maybe so. I think. Who is it then? Oh, it's Cooper Rush. Oh, man.
But Ezekiel Elliott is going to have to do his best, and he's probably going to have to run the ball a lot more than he has and try to help this struggling Cowboys team.
They're gonna struggle even more now without Dex.
They don't look great right now at all. CeeDee Lamb, is he still hurt?
I think so.
He's still hurt. I mean, they traded away
could be wrong.
Antonio Brown. Wait, no.
Amari Cooper.
Yeah. I don't know where Antonio Brown came from. No, listen. Amari Cooper went to the Browns, and so it's like it starts with an A. Browns, Antonio Brown.
And then last night's game was
Broncos versus Seahawks.
Questionable,
Yeah.
like we said earlier.
I mean, we already talked about it. It was just bad decision making. But we can move on to something else now, if you'd like.
Russell Wilson did very good. 340 for a touchdown. Jerry Jeudy. What happened with Jerry Jeudy? Did he fumble a couple times for your fantasy? This guy right here,
unfortunately,
was like, yeah, I need Jerry Jeudy to fumble about 3 times and not catch the ball. 4 catches for 102 yards, and he lost his other league too. So he's 0-2 in both his leagues.
So unfortunately, I was down 1 point. It was 90-89.
Yeah, nobody else to play.
My other fantasy league, everybody on my team had played. Dawson Knox, I believe, and Derrick Henry screwed me over.
Yeah, Derrick Henry really screwed you over.
They both screwed me over, getting low points. But
you should know Jerry Jeudy was not gonna have a bad night.
And basically, I was down 1 point, and he still had one player left to play, and that was Jerry Jeudy. And I needed Jerry Jeudy to get negative points.
Do you remember when I told you?
But he unfortunately did not.
That night I came down here, I was like, Jerry Jeudy has 1 catch for 67 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And he fumbled. You're like, no way. I was like, yeah, he didn't fumble.
Yeah.
What do you want to go into, baseball or college football?
We can talk about baseball, and we can begin with Mike Trout. He was on a 7-game home run streak, and unfortunately,
I was rooting for it.
Yeah, I was rooting for it too. The all-time record is 8.
By my boy Ken Griffey Jr.
Ken Griffey Jr. is tied up there with two other players, and Mike Trout was just 1 home run away from it tonight. But unfortunately, he did not get it against the Guardians. But yeah. But where does he rank for you all time?
All time? You're putting me on the spot like that. Top 15, all time, all time. Like out of anybody. Yeah, top 15.
All right. Personally, for me,
respectfully,
yeah,
top 15.
Right now, obviously, he's not top 1 of all time, but by the time he retires, expectedly, unless he gets injured and can't play anymore for the rest of his life,
I hope you're not gonna say he's the greatest ever.
He will go down as the greatest of all time. I mean, he's a 10-time All-Star, 3-time American League MVP. He's gotten second in the voting like 3 different years.
He just can't stay healthy.
Yeah, he can't stay healthy. If he were to have a healthy season, he has over 30 home runs just this season, and he's been hurt. And he's an 8-time winner of the Silver Slugger Award. He's just had a phenomenal career, and like over the past 10 years he's been playing. How long has he been playing?
Maybe not quite that long, but I feel like
since 2012.
He's not talked enough about. Like once he does start doing good, people talk about him, and then when he gets injured, he kind of like falls off, and they talk about other people like Ohtani and Judge and all them. But then when he comes back, he goes ham, and then they start. I don't think they're ramping up MVP talks. I don't think he's gonna get in there, but
it's crazy you can even consider him top 15 for the amount of time he's played. He's just gone insane in the amount of time he's played, and he's just, you can't give him anything but respect. I mean, the way he's just got, he's got it all. He's got nice plate awareness. He's got good power. He's got good contact. He's just so good. If he can find the ball, he can hit the ball anywhere. He can golf swing the ball. The ball can be in the dirt, and he can still homer it. I mean, his defense, robbing homers, even at his age, he's just, one of the greatest to ever play, I believe. But while we're talking about one of the greatest to ever play, Albert Pujols, man, he's so close to 700. How many is he at right now?
697. He done passed A-Rod.
Home runs, by the way. We didn't even mention home runs. But
sorry.
697 home runs. Just passed A-Rod for all time.
Yep. I think he's third or fourth now.
Third or fourth all
Barry
time.
Bonds.
Yeah.
And
Hank
Aaron, Sammy Sosa, and maybe one more, maybe?
Yeah, but he's planning to retire after this season, and he's got just a few more games to get 3 more home runs. And at first, it looked like it just wasn't going to be possible.
Then he went on a little streak and just hit some bombs.
Now it feels like every 3 games he's hitting one. And do you think he's going to hit it?
I think he'll get 700, especially if they make the playoffs, which they're probably going to.
Yeah.
I think, my personal opinion, I think he should play maybe until he could get close to beating the record or beat the record, because he's got 18 homers this year so far, and he's at 697. I think the record's 763. So if he could play 2 more years and hit at least maybe 25 or more homers a year, and just like DH most of the time, I think that's what he does now, he might be able to break. He might be number 1.
That's the thing, though.
But he's probably gonna retire.
Yeah, he wants to retire. You know, it's not his interest to, go and break the record. I mean, that'd be cool. But he's like, I think it's about time for me to retire. I mean, he's been on a decline, but this season he's picked up a little bit. I mean, it's just a part of that. He's just
really been DH for the last couple of years.
I mean, it's just that retire tour. He's ready, and it would be real awkward for him to do this retire tour and tell all these people goodbye. Like, last time I'll be playing here, bye, blah.
Well, he wouldn't be wouldn't be the only player to do that.
But it'd be awkward. It'd be awkward though, just to.
Well, you come out of retirement like Tom Brady did, Gronkowski did. Mm-hmm. I mean, people love that probably, but I think Pujols is gonna retire this year. I think Yachty's gonna retire next year, because I don't think Yachty wanted to ruin his farewell ceremony.
Yeah.
So I think Yachty might do his next year, because I think he's talked about retirement a couple times. College football now?
Yeah, we can talk about those college football rankings. Bama.
Who's number 1?
You know
Notre
exactly
Dame?
who is.
Oh, damn.
Them dogs. They're number 1.
Dogs were eating.
Yeah. I mean, they're looking good since they've been in.
Thank you, UGA. Thank you, guys. Mm-hmm. Thank you, UGA, for knocking Bama off number 1.
Yeah.
Finally.
Bama was struggling against the Texas Longhorns. It was a very good game. We both watched it. And, I mean, even with Texas's secondary quarterback
injured,
Alabama was still struggling. It took till the very end for
Bama to come back.
And it was such a close game, and
it was a good game though.
It was a near upset that I called a rewatched, and I said the only upset I could think about on here is Texas over Bama. Yeah. And while I was watching that game, I'm like, this is so freaking close. Way. And then, I mean,
are Bama number 2?
Happens. I don't know where they are in the rankings, but they're not number 1 anymore.
I think they should be 3rd. Oh, you want to pull it up on ESPN?
I can.
I think they should be 3rd.
On ESPN?
Yeah, you just go to college football. NCAAF. The top tab.
This one?
No. We're next to NFL up there.
Oh, my bad.
Standings. While you're trying to find, I think they should be 3rd. Let me make sure they're not 3rd first. Go to all conferences, or SEC, find the SEC, scroll down.
Well, I know they're probably not going to be first in the SEC, but what about all conferences?
Well, I mean, it'll still show the rankings.
Yeah,
Number 2. Okay. I just wanted to find out before I started talking. So,
it says they're 0-0. Wait, are we sure we're looking at the right thing?
Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, because it says Georgia number 1. So, Bama is, Georgia's 1, Bama's 2.
Yeah.
Okay? They're both 2-0. Ohio State's 2-0. But I have to disagree with Ohio State being 3rd. Bama's played 2 easy schedule games. Georgia, I can see because they're first now. They played
Oregon, who was expected to be really good.
11th, and then they played Sanford. Okay, that's fair.
Easy team, but they're the reigning national champions too.
Yeah, and they played a ranked team and dismantled them. Bama's played 2 games. Texas could be pretty good this year, but they weren't ranked, so they played 2 unranked teams. All right, so Ohio
Nearly
State
lost to one of those unranked teams.
Yes. So had trouble with the secondary quarterback that was injured. Okay, so Ohio State first week they played number 5 Notre Dame and beat them I think by like 10 points.
Yeah.
So that's a ranked team. And then they just played who'd they just play? Sorry. They just played Arkansas State. Okay, fine, but they crushed them 45-12. I think Ohio State needs to be number 2 with that huge win over Notre Dame.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Because Bama played nobody yet to prove that they should be number 2.
Correct. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, Alabama just struggled against a second-string quarterback against an unranked team, and yet they're still at number 2. I mean,
I think there's a little bias over there.
Yeah.
We can talk about upsets that happened last week. You want to start off with the first one? I'll cry if I talk about it.
Well, Notre Dame got beat by Texas A&M, and
no, sorry, I messed up there. They got beat by Marshall. Wow.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. Notre Dame got beat by Marshall.
What's going on with them this year?
I mean, I don't know exactly
have to be a bad year for
going
us,
on with Notre Dame. Hopefully this can be taken as a lesson year or a rebuild year or something like that. Or maybe they can come back. I don't know. It's going to be tough making the playoffs starting off with two losses.
All right, so second one. Wait, they have – oh, yeah, we're on 2. App State beat number 6 Texas A&M. App State's always like a sleeper scary team. They're really good. Wisconsin lost to Washington State.
Yeah, I saw that.
At home.
Mm.
So I think Wisconsin might be 0-2.
And that must suck, too, because Green Bay also lost.
Oh, God, yeah, that's right. Tennessee's looking pretty good. They beat Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh was ranked good.
I don't know if you saw, but the Yankees commentators were tearing apart Boston earlier. They were talking about how empty Fenway was looking, considering Boston was at the bottom of their division, and now they're probably all excited because NFL started to go watch the New England Patriots, but then the Patriots lost to the Dolphins, and so now they don't know what to do. It was hilarious. But yeah, it's rough times for Boston. I mean, not to mention the NBA Finals. That must have been rough for Boston as well.
Oh yeah. Real quick. Let me see. Yesterday. God, I hate when it does that. Braves and Giants are tied real quick. Sorry.
1-1 in the bottom of the second.
Yeah,
Braves
doubled.
Unfortunately lost last night to the Giants.
Okay. The Mets lost tonight, so we got to get this.
Mets lost like 2 nights in a row, it seems like.
What was I looking for?
I have no idea. But Aaron Judge, two homer night for him. He's now at 57 home runs. That is insane. Do you think he's going to break the record, a single season record?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough.
Well, if they're going to, I think postseason, does it start over in the postseason? Or does it stay? I'm not sure if it's in postseason.
I don't really know how they count it.
Oh, I know what I was going to look up.
I guess they probably don't count it once you're in the postseason because, like, I believe they'll count it to your career, but they won't count it to that season because everybody gets to play a full season, but not every team gets to play postseason.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get it. It's gonna be close. Mm-hmm. I mean, if he keeps hitting bombs every game,
yeah, like
or two a game. I think he might get it, but that's going to be a close one.
Yeah, it will be close. And,
you know what time it is?
Yeah, I think I do know what time it is. I think it's time to play Guess the Player. Any special thing we're going to do tonight for Guess the Player?
I think we're still waiting on our jelly beans, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we're still waiting on those jelly beans. So we'll just do a regular game tonight. And, I believe the other night.
I think you were winning Like, yeah, I think you have more correct than I do.
Well,
Total.
all time I have more correct, but episode 4 we both got 2 out of 3.
Yep.
So we were both batting 600. So we tied. We'll see how we bat tonight. Would you like to go first?
You want me to go first guessing or giving the player?
It doesn't matter.
Sorry, let me fix this squeaky ass thing. All right, I'll guess or think of a player. You guess first.
All right. So let me know when you have that player thought of.
Should have my 3 players already thought of. Let's go. Okay. In 3 seconds, I'll be ready. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
All right. 3 questions, 3 guesses. All right. What team do they play for?
They play for the Titans.
For the Titans. All right. Okay. Play for the Titans. I don't know many Titans players. You just had Derrick Henry the last episode you picked, and I remember the final question I asked: are they black or white? They're black or white.
White.
All right. So that's 2 questions. All right. So what's offense or defense?
Offense.
All right. Ryan Tannehill.
Correct.
Let's go! All right, I'm batting 1,000 right now. You feel me? That's I only know Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill. I'm pretty sure.
Me too.
I think I may know
I was
one
trying to think of
cornerback on
somebody
the
else.
team. All right. Let me think of someone. All right, so right now I'm 1 for 1. Let me think of a player. All right.
All ready?
I'm ready. I have my player in mind. I may have to look up some of the stuff for him.
Okay. What position does he play?
I believe he plays outfield. This is the exact thing I needed to look up.
It's okay. I had to do it too. I'm not looking, guys.
Make sure he's not looking,
Can't
guys.
challenge the call.
Wait. Bro, it's telling me every position he can play, like even the secondaries.
We'll go to his game, and just tell me what position he played last game. Because that's what position he probably plays most of the time.
I believe he's center field, but so check on Bleacher Report is what you're telling me?
Yeah, just go to their last game they played, and it'll tell you what position he played.
Let me check. Alright, last game they played. And then I go to...
Go to stats.
Odds? No, plays. Okay, I see him in the plays.
Hold on,
how do I check?
Look. Alright,
What
so let's
position?
just say go to box score, and it brings up their lineup,
Mm-hmm.
and it tells you their positions right next to it.
Oh, okay. Let me check. Okay. He is a left fielder.
He's a left fielder.
Now you can't ask what team he is playing for, though.
Is he a rookie?
He is not a rookie.
Okay. Got one more question. National League or American League?
I believe National League. Let me check, though. Don't look, bro.
I'm not looking.
Don't look, bro.
I'm looking at Tyler Matzik.
National League. He's in the National League. He plays left field. And what was your other question?
Is he a rookie?
And he's not a rookie. So that's your 3 questions. Now you have 3 guesses. National League, left field, not a rookie.
Ozuna from the Braves.
No. That's funny though.
I just had to do it.
Yeah.
You so use that as one of my guesses.
Obviously, I didn't know much about them, so take that as you will.
Who's the left fielder for the Astros? Or the Third American League? Who's the left fielder for the Cardinals?
The Cardinals left fielder.
Don't tell me. He don't know, so don't tell me. God, I'm just gonna start guessing people because I'm gonna take the L. You always. Okay. Starling Marte.
No.
Jeff McNeil.
No. The player was Ian Happ for the Chicago Cubs.
God. You want to play like that? Okay, I got you.
Bro, you know him. You've talked about him.
I don't know much. I talked about him. All I said was I wanted the Braves to get him.
So now you're 0 for 1.
Whoop-dee.
Alright, now pick your player.
Okay.
What team do they play for?
The Buccaneers.
The Buccaneers, alright. Offense or defense?
Offense.
Alright. Would kickers count as offense or special teams? Well,
You really think I'm going to say kicker?
Well, I feel like you're going to try to trick me on this one.
Okay, I'm not that much of a douche. Just think about that.
Are they black or white?
Did you not already ask 3 questions?
No.
What team do they play for? Offense or defense? And then, are they black or white?
Yeah.
Can you stop with the black or white questions?
It helps.
They're black.
Alright, they're black. Alright, okay. Mike Evans?
Wrong.
This is going to be hard because there's Julio Jones, Leonardo Fournette, or whatever his name is, Chris Godwin, and those are 3 people right there, so I got to think. Julio Jones.
I'm going to stop playing this game with you, bro. You need to stop cheating.
I'm not cheating, bro.
You're a mind reader.
I'll take the compliment. All right, I'm batting 1,000. I'm 2 for 2.
Hey,
I'm
need
2
to
for
be
2.
in MLB right now.
Hey, I'm 2 for 2. 2 for 2, you feel me? Remember last time you're like.
Can you think of a player, please, and shut up?
Alright. Alright. Let me think. Alright, I got it.
Seriously, that quick?
Yep. I'll give you a hint. You love this guy.
No.
You love this guy.
You don't have to give me a hint.
I'm being sarcastic, by the way. You don't love them.
Who do I not like then? I don't like a lot of people.
Right, come on, ask questions. Ask questions. Yeah.
What team does he play for? Is gonna give it away if you tell me.
The Commanders.
Carson Wentz.
Bro, I was trying so hard not
Carson Wentz.
Yes. I was trying so hard not to spit out this Dr. Pepper when you said what team.
I really thought you were going to go with Marcell Ozuna.
I should have, bro. Alright.
Okay, what am I betting?
Alright.
500?
Yep, you're 1 for 2. Alright, now third round. Think of my player. You want me to go 2 for 3 here.
I know.
So you want me to get one wrong here.
Got my guy.
Alright. What team do they play for?
Falcons.
Alright. Are they a rookie?
No.
Okay. Ooh, that's hard. There's Patterson. There's Kyle Pitts, Mariota, Grady Jarrett, AJ Terrell. Offense or defense?
Offense. Bro, sitting right there, dog.
Excuse me. Alright, so they play offense. They're not a rookie, and they play for the Falcons. This is gonna be tough. Drake
So
London? Oh, wait. Alright.
That's one of your guesses.
Bro, oh my god.
You weren't thinking, bro.
I know. I was trying to think of people you might choose to, like, trick me. Alright.
I'm not gonna lie to you if you get a question right.
Cordell Patterson.
No.
Alright, so thinking in between Pitts and Mariota, mostly for the part I can't think of any other. Well, there is Jake Matthews. But you probably don't know Jake Matthews.
Take your guess. Yeah, he plays offensive line, bro.
Ah.
Chill out.
Alright. But since,
Yeah, just go ahead and guess.
Kyle Pitts.
Young Hoku.
Oh, Young Hoku. The special teams!
You said offense or defense. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
tell you he is offense when he kicks a PAT.
Just say no.
No, because I'll give it away.
Alright,
If it's not offense
that's
or
fair,
defense.
that's fair. Alright, nice.
I thought you would have got it though, for real.
Yeah, well, I
'Cause
usually would have gone
you
for Young
love him.
Hoku, but I was so
Sorry.
narrowed down. No, you're good. Alright, so I'm
All right,
2 for 3.
So for
I'm
now
2
on,
for 3, batting 300.
for now on, if we pick a kicker, it's offense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright,
Just so we're clear.
Alright,
So you're 2 for 3.
2 for 3, so I'm batting 300.
I'm 1 for 2.
Alright, you're 1 for 2,
About to be
batting
2 for 3.
500, but we'll see. Alright, let me think of my player. So I've chosen a football one, a baseball one. Now I choose...
It's either baseball or football.
I gotta think about this one. Facts.
You're gonna try stumping me, aren't you? Russell Wilson.
I have chosen my player.
Alright. Trying to be a mind reader for a second.
Alright, so.
You chose your player?
Yep.
That question or that guess didn't count. I said it before he said his player. What team do they play for?
They play for the Houston Astros.
Nice. I like asking what team.
Yeah,
Because
it really helps.
you're gonna pick a star player from that team most of the time.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna guess the team or get the team and then go from there. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
I lost my train of thought. Are they a rookie?
They are not a rookie.
Okay. Is it Alex Bregman?
It is not Alex Bregman. So you have one question and 2 guesses left.
Justin Verlander?
No. You have 1 guess left and 1 question left.
I got a few people in mind, but... Oh, I have 1 question left?
Yeah.
Did they just get the guy this year? Did they, acquire him on the trade deadline?
No. I knew you were thinking that
Dang
dude from
it.
the Boston Red Sox.
Valdez or whatever?
Yeah.
Vasquez?
No, it's not.
All right. Who's our
So
fourth?
you have 1 guess left.
So they have Altuve, Bregman, already said him. Their catcher, Maldonado. I said Justin Verlander. I'm not sure. Kyle Tucker.
No. The player was Jordan Alvarez.
The pitcher?
No.
Oh, DHer?
The DH, yeah.
Sorry. I don't follow Astros that well.
Yeah, but we're both. You were 1 for 3. I was 2 for 3. Good game. But I think that about
You
wraps.
gonna eat that dub?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat that dub. You see that? You see this? Where's the dub? Where's the dub?
I don't know, but I took the L.
Where's the dub?
I don't know. Cross your 2 middle fingers.
Wait.
Come on, Jameis
Wait,
Winston.
how's the W go? Wait, that's not a W. Oh yeah.
That's a dub. Now eat it.
That's. Oh.
Leave, man.
Cross.
That's
wait.
Jalen.
I
Like
can't do
this.
it.
Try your other hand.
Look, they're not. Boom. That's
You see
a
the
dub.
W. You
That's
see
a
the
dub.
He can't do it, guys.
That's a
But
dub.
that's a dub, so eat it. Good Lord.
Alright, but that about wraps up the podcast. Fun podcast here. Went over week 1. Leave a like, subscribe, stick around for the next podcast, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Peace out.
Peace out.